Hello, everybody. Alex from Penn Yan Public Library here with a Tech Tips online program for your edification. Today will be all about Android. And really, it's not all about Android, it's just a couple of things about Android, but that doesn't sound as good, does it? So this will be useful to those of you who use Android smartphones or tablets. If you're an iPhone user or some other kind of phone or tablet or operating system user, these tips will not apply to you. So check back in the future for something that covers some of the devices that you use. But for now, we're going to plunge ahead with Androids, and hopefully some of these tips will be useful to you as you are all home and managing your coronavirus responses. Excuse me. I think at least a couple of these will be particularly useful in this period of time, and then all three of them are just kind of generally useful. So we'll get started. Number one, we're going to talk about how to track your Android device. If you have ever lost your phone or suspected it's been stolen or anything like that, you know how frustrating that can be. And so fortunately, Android does provide an opportunity to track the location of your device. And this works if you've added a Google account to your device, and if you've used the Gmail app, Google Drive, or logged into Google Maps on it, or any number of other things, then you have added a Google account to your device. Where you may not have added a Google account to your device is if you access, say, your Gmail through the web browser rather than adding the Gmail app and having your account logged in through there. If you simply go through a browser like Chrome and navigate to Gmail that way, then you haven't logged into Google in the same way. The device itself needs to be logged into a Google account. So if you've done that, then the Find My Device feature is already enabled. So if you've lost your phone, you don't know where it is, you went out, or it's somewhere in the house, your toddler picked it up and dropped it somewhere. Get on your PC, your laptop, your desktop, whatever kind of computer you've got, and navigate to android.com/find, and then log in with the same Google account as on your device. It might already be pre-logged in for you, or you'll have to log in with the account on your device, and it will show your device's location. It'll jump right to a map of where you can find it. What's good about this is then you can make it ring even if the phone is in silent mode, which will hopefully aid in locating it deep between the couch cushions or wherever it may have ended up. And you can even lock it and erase its data if you think someone has it who should not have it. But be sure to pay attention to Google's warning right here in this Find My Device landing page. If you think your device has been stolen, do not try to retrieve it yourself. Please contact law enforcement. So that is if you have lost your Android device, how you might be able to find it. Continuing on, this is very helpful to people just in general, but if you're using your phone a lot more to read or use apps and all that kind of stuff, you might find that the font is too small for you. So you want to increase the size of your text on your phone. So this is how you do that. You navigate to your settings page, your settings app, which looks like a gear. You might have to look through your installed apps to find that. And where when you get into settings, scroll down until you see accessibility. I'm trying to annotate my screen here, but there you go. There's accessibility. And then, hang on a second. Once you get into accessibility, then you want to look at visibility enhancements. And you click into visibility enhancements, and you look down. You have down here font size and style. And you'll notice there are a whole lot of other options that could improve the way your Android device works for you. So feel free to play with some of those. But for now, we're just talking about the size. And so once you get into font size and style, you see that it gives you some sample text. This is how big your text defaults to. but you can use this slider down here at the bottom under font size to pull this blue dot to a larger size. So you can make it look bigger. There's even a couple more steps beyond that. So whatever is most comfortable for you and your eyes, you can make all the text on your phone that big. All right, then another good tip for these days when we're all home, maybe in close quarters with our families, maybe if you're a caregiver, finding yourself handing your device to the kids in your life more frequently for homeschooling or entertainment purposes, you can lock your device when it's being used by someone else, and this is called pinning. So again, to turn on the pinning ability, which will allow a single app to be accessed at a time until you say otherwise, you again navigate to settings. So you use that gear-looking icon somewhere among the installed apps on your phone. And within settings, whoops, did I go too far? All right, you want to go to biometrics and security. And within biometrics and security, all the way down here, you go to other security settings. And within other security settings, you go all the way almost to the bottom at pin windows. And rather than just toggling it on here, you can do that, but let's click onto where it says pin windows to actually see a little bit more information. Once you toggle it on, it gives you these instructions for how this works. So we've turned on pin windows. You open an app, you press the recents button. Now, how many of you out there know what the recents button is? It might be that third button in your basic menu of Android buttons that you don't frequently use, right? So when you are on your phone, you've got the home button, the back button, and then there's that third button that looks like three little lines. That's the recents button. So you press the recents button, and that shows you all the apps you have recently had open. It's what you use if you really want to close an app, so it's not running in the background, you use this, but you also use it for the purpose of pinning. So let's see what this looks like. I just chose the app Ibotta. I just kind of picked it at random because it was on my home screen. So I opened up Ibotta, and then you hit that recents button, and it shows you sort of a carousel of all the apps that you currently have open. You might have to get the one you're aiming for to center on your screen here. So you have to swipe to the right or the left. And then you're gonna tap on the icon floating above the app. It's whatever the logo for that app is. So in this case, it's the IB for Ibotta. So you tap on that, and then it gives you the options to look at app info, lock the app, or pin the app. So you would select pin this app. And once you do that, that app is now the only app that the person you hand the phone to is able to access. And it tells you right when you do it, in order to unpin the app and get back into regular function, you press and hold down on the recents and back buttons. So the ones down here at the bottom. And you press and hold, and it will give you the option to unpin. And then what that does is it goes right to your phone lock screen. So say the child in your life thinks they can get one over on you and unpin the YouTube video you've had them entertained with. It doesn't just release the phone for them to do whatever they want with. It goes to the lock screen, so they have to know the PIN number or the swipe pattern in order to then use the phone for anything else. So they won't get very far like that. All right, those are my 3 Android tips for you today. Find your device, change the size of text, and lock your device for borrowers. Hope those are helpful to you. Feel free to comment about other topics you might want to hear about in the future. We are interested in serving people with all different kinds of devices, so please don't be shy. Let us know what you want to learn more about. We will do our best to provide something. All right, in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from people soon. All right, have a good one, everybody.